Hello to all cinema fans. Here is the film anatomy. In this video, we are going to introduce the top 5 Jim Carrey's movies to you. Before we get to introduce the movies, I suggest you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be informed about our next videos on popular movies and series. Jim Carrey is a 61-year-old American-Canadian actor who is known by many as a comedy actor in Hollywood, but Jim Carrey also an experienced producer and writer. So far this year, he has acted in 33 movies and 6 TV shows. This popular actor made his film debut in 1983, when he was only 21 years old, in the movie Copper Mountain. Jim Carrey had the experience of acting in the film Peggy Sue Got Married, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, as a supporting role. Jim Carrey, like many movie actors, was not noticed much in his first few films, but after playing in the movie Ace Ventura, directed by Tom Shadyac, he was able to attract the attention of many people, and show his talent in the field of comedy. I should also add that in this movie, besides playing the leading role, Jim Carrey was also one of the screenwriters. This best sales movie led the way of acting for Jim Carrey. It was after this movie that Jim Carrey was able to introduce himself to others as one of the movie stars by acting in the movie Mask and the movie Dumb and Dumber. And so far, he has remained in the history of cinema as a comedian star. Jim Carrey acted in many comedy and non-comedy movies, but he just accomplished 2 Golden Globes for 2 films, The Truman Show in 1988 and Man on the Moon in 1999.
Please welcome 2-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey.
Thank you. I am 2-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey. You know, when I go to sleep at night, I'm not just a guy going to sleep. I'm 2-time Golden Globe winner, Jim Carrey, going to get some well-needed shut-eye. And when I dream, I don't just dream any old dream. No, sir. I dream about being 3-time Golden Globe winning actor Jim Carrey. Because then I would be enough. It would finally be true. And I could stop this terrible search.
Among all the movies that Jim Carrey has starred in, we would like to introduce to you his top 5 movies, which had a wide appeal at the time of release, and are also good movies from an artistic point of view. Number 5, Yes Man. The movie Yes Man, which is an adaptation of the book of the same name, was made in 2008 and directed by Peyton Reed. In this movie, Jim Carrey plays the role of a man named Carl, who says no to every request in his life with negative outlook. On the advice of his friend, Carl attends a motivational seminar called Man of Positive Answers, and in that event, he is influenced by the positive outlook and thinking and decides that from that day on, instead of saying no, he would say yes to every request he receives. This decision and what Carl does, apart from changing his life, creates comedy and humorous events and scenes in the film that make viewers laugh. This film, which was produced with a budget of $70 million, took more than $225 million at the box office at the time of its release. Number 4, Man on the Moon. This film is the life story of Andy Kaufman, an American stand-up comedian, which was made in 1999, directed by Milos Forman. In this film, Jim Carrey plays the role of Andy Kaufman and portrays this person's ups and downs. In this movie, Andy shows his talent in comedy performances both on stage and on TV. Along with his comedic performances on stage and TV shows, we also see Andy's struggles with life's problems. When a comedian puts aside much sadness and depression to have a good performance and make viewers laugh, Jim Carrey won the 2nd Golden Globe for his excellent performance in this year.
Wow, this is a surprise. Gosh. Another one. 2nd year in a row. What's going on here, man? I am the establishments I once rejected.
Number 3. Dumb and Dumber. This movie is the story of two friends named Lloyd, played by Jim Carrey, and Harry, played by Jeff Daniels, which was directed in 1994 by Farrelly Brothers. The genre of this movie is comedy, but it is considered as road trip classic movies. A road trip movie is a movie whose plot is on the road and on the way to a destination. On this road, the character or characters of the story come across different people and challenges that affect their thinking and behavior. And when they reach their destination, their personality is different from what they were when they began the journey. In this movie, Lloyd and Harry decide to return a briefcase full of money to its owner, who is a beautiful girl. For this purpose, these two friends go on a cross-country journey and face many dangers. I think you can guess what funny scenes you will witness when facing these dangers. Although this movie was made in 1994, it is still funny for the audience after all these years. I would like to point out that after the release of this film, and the audience's good reception of it, the sequel of this film was made in 2014, titled Dumb and Dumber 2, in which Lloyd is hospitalized in a mental institution and sometimes his friend Harry visits him. One day Lloyd decides to flee his friend out of this institution. Number 2. The Truman Show. The film stars Jim Carrey as Truman Burbank. It was produced in 1998, directed by Peter Weir. This movie can be called one of the best movies in the history of cinema, in terms of meaning and concept. Since Truman is born, with a strange idea, a film company adopts him. Truman is the actor of a 24-hour television show by company. From birth, all his movements are in a fake city where all the people in this city are part of the casts of this movie company. They are watching with their cameras. The director of this television series has all the details and aspects of Truman's life under his control. And he makes considerable effort into preventing Truman from discovering he is the actor of this TV show and everything is fake. But despite what he thought, things don't go well. Jim Carrey's excellent performance in this movie made him win the first Golden Globe.
Cammy. This is serious.
The movie was produced with a cost of $60 million, which became box office hit, crossing $264 million. Number 1. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, directed by Michel Gondry, and written by Charlie Kaufman, is a 2004 sci-fi romance movie. Joel, played by Jim Carrey, and Clementine, played by Kate Winslet, who are the main characters of the story, decide to break up having a romantic relationship. With the help of a clinic that specializes in removing human memories, they erase themselves from each other's minds. Having this done and forgetting each other, they get to know each other again and start a romantic relationship. The narrative in the movie is not in chronological order, and the chronological sequence of the events is not like other films. This movie can be categorized as surreal movies. The narrative and good direction of this movie made this movie to have a lasting place among the top 250 movies. Also, after its successful release, this film was able to win many awards in many festivals, including receiving the Oscar for the Best Original Screenplay, receiving the award of the British Film Academy for Editing and Original Screenplay, Oscar nomination for Best Actress for Kate Winslet, nomination for Best Actor in a Comedy Musical for Jim Carrey at the Golden Globes. Not only was this film able to receive positive reviews from the audience and critics within the year of its release, but also it has remained in the center of attention of critics and movie fans in the years after its release. Wrap up. As I said before, Jim Carrey has acted in 33 movies so far. Among these 33 movies, I have selected the 5 best movies for you, but let me say that Jim Carrey has also other good movies. For example, Liar Liar, 1997, Majestic, 2001, Bruce Almighty, 2003, Ace Ventura, 1994 and 1995, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2020 and 2022, Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, 2004, Fun with Dick and Jane, 2005. I suggest you watch Jim Carrey's movies to enjoy happy moments as well as the performance of this comedian and movie star more. If you like this video, make sure to like it and tell us in the comments box which one you like the most among these 5 movies that were introduced. Share this video with your friends. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do so and wait for our next video. Farewell.